At the end of the day, imprinting isn't about training. It's not about how many commands your dog knows or how perfectly they walk on a leash. It is about a choice. A choice made by a living being to orient their entire emotional and biological existence around you. Most people spend years waiting for their dog to give them more focus, more calm, more connection. But as we've seen today, the connection isn't something you wait for. It is something you build, one silent moment of presence at a time. It's built in the way you respect their space, the way you speak to them when no one is watching, and the way you finally learn to see the messages they've been sending since the day they were born. If your dog shows even a few of these 7 signs, know this: you aren't just an owner to them, you are their safety net in a world that is often too loud and too fast. You are the person they chose to trust with their most vulnerable moments. They've been waiting their whole life for you to meet them in this space of mutual understanding. If this video changed the way you looked at your dog today, please share it with someone who needs to hear this. And subscribe to Dog Behavior, because every week we go deeper into the science and the soul of the animals we call our best friends. Comment below, which of these 7 signs does your dog show the most? I read every single story you share, because the more we understand them, the better we can love them. Thank you for watching. Now, go look at your dog. They've been waiting for you. 1. The vulnerability of shared sleep. Let's start with something that happens every single night in millions of homes, yet almost nobody understands what it actually means. Your dog isn't just lying at the foot of your bed as an afterthought. We're talking about your dog actively seeking you out, pressing their warm body against yours, and only closing their eyes when you are within reach. You see, in the wild, canines sleep in packs, but they don't sleep with just anyone. They sleep closest to the ones they trust with their life. Sleep is the single most vulnerable state an animal can be in. Their heart rate slows, their awareness drops, and their defenses go down completely. For a dog to willingly enter that state beside you means something enormous. You are their safety net, you are their anchor, you are their chosen protector. But there's a second layer to this that most people overlook: scent-driven regulation. Dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors compared to our meager 6 million. To them, your unique scent is the smell of home. When they sleep next to you, they're essentially bathing in your scent all night long. This regulates their nervous system, lowering their cortisol and telling their primitive brain that everything is okay. It's not neediness. It's a deeply instinctual choice that says, this person is worth staying close to. Emotional mirroring. The second sign is one that genuinely shocked researchers because it reveals just how deeply your dog is watching you every single day. Science has confirmed that dogs don't just live alongside us, they become us. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a measurable, documented behavioral fact. Studies have shown that dogs adopt the emotional and behavioral patterns of their primary person over time. If you are naturally anxious, hypervigilant, or prone to tension, your dog's cortisol levels will reflect that. If you are calm and steady, your dog becomes the same. Researchers have found that dogs absorb your emotional state through a combination of cues: your posture, your micro-expressions, and even the chemical signals your body releases when you are stressed. They are running a constant background analysis of who you are and recalibrating their entire nervous system accordingly. A dog that has imprinted on you doesn't just love you, they study you. They shape their very identity around yours. 3. Selective responsiveness. Have you ever noticed that your dog listens to you differently than they listen to anyone else in the house? Your partner says, "sit," and nothing happens. Your friend says, "come," and the dog tilts their head and walks away. But the moment you speak, they snap into action. This isn't stubbornness, and it isn't a coincidence. It's one of the clearest behavioral indicators of deep imprinting. Dogs are remarkably good at reading human social hierarchies. They don't see a group of humans. They identify the one who leads, the one who matters most. When your dog listens to you above everyone else, it's because they have placed you at the very top of their internal social map. They have memorized the subtle shift in your tone and the way your posture changes when you mean business. They've built a profile of you that no one else has earned. This is their way of declaring exactly where their loyalty lives. Stay with me, because sign number 6 involves your laundry, and it's the most misunderstood way a dog tries to handle their anxiety when you aren't home. 4. The scent of presence. If you've ever walked in from work and found your dog lying on the pile of clothes you left on the floor, you probably laughed it off. But what's really happening is extraordinary. To your dog, your scent isn't just a smell, it's a full emotional experience. It communicates safety and presence, even when you are physically gone. For a dog who has bonded deeply with you, your absence can trigger a low-level anxiety response. Your laundry is their biological solution. By lying in your clothes, your dog is self-medicating with the most powerful calming agent they have, you. Studies on canine separation anxiety have shown that items carrying an owner's scent can measurably reduce stress hormones while the owner is away. They aren't being weird with your clothes, they are layering their scent onto yours to create a shared identity. It's a quietly profound way of saying, I belong to you, and you belong to me. 5. Emotional attunement. You haven't cried, you haven't said a word, you walked through the door exactly like you do every day. But your dog is already at your side, looking up at you with pure concern. How do they know? The answer lies in their ability to detect chemical shifts in your skin and breath before you even realize you're upset. When you're stressed, your body releases compounds that your dog's 300 million receptors pick up instantly. For a dog that has imprinted on you, this reading becomes almost supernatural in its accuracy. They know you're normal, so they are the first to notice when something is wrong, and their response is the purest form of empathy. They simply show up. They don't offer advice, they offer presence. In a world of loud distractions, your dog has been paying attention the entire time. 6. The check-in loop. You're out on a walk. Your dog is nose to the ground, absorbed in a scent trail. But then, they stop, turn around, and make eye contact with you for a brief second before going back to their business. This is called checking in, and it is anchored in something ancient. Wild canines rely on their pack leaders for environmental information. Every glance back at you is a wordless question. Are we good? Is this safe? Are you still with me? Every time you respond with a nod or a smile, you are reinforcing the bond. A dog that hasn't imprinted will just follow the scent wherever it leads. But a dog that has chosen you as their world will never let that invisible string between you go slack. 7. The oxytocin gaze. We've arrived at the final sign, the stare that started this video. In the canine world, a prolonged stare is usually a challenge or a threat. So, when your dog holds your gaze calmly and softly, they are consciously overriding their deepest survival instincts. They are choosing to be vulnerable. Research published in the journal Science documented that when dogs and owners engage in mutual eye contact, both experience a surge in oxytocin, the same chemical that bonds a mother to her infant. Your dog isn't just looking at you, they are chemically bonding with you in real time. Their brain is releasing the compound that says, I would do anything for you. This soft, relaxed stare is reserved only for the person their entire nervous system has decided is safe. Your dog stared at you last night. Not the playful kind of stare, not the feed me kind of look you're used to. It was a deep, locked-in, unblinking gaze that felt almost human. And in that moment, something shifted, because what your dog was doing wasn't random. It was a message, a biological signal, and most owners never decode it in time. Welcome to Dog Behavior. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button right now, because what we cover here will completely change how you see your dog forever. Today, we are diving into one of the most profound psychological phenomena in the animal kingdom, imprinting. Can dogs actually imprint on humans? And if yours has, what does it look like? It's something far deeper, far more primal than simple loyalty. Once you understand the 7 signs of imprinting, you will never look at your dog the same way again. You'll realize that every tilt of their head and every choice they make is part of a hidden conversation. Stay with me, because sign number 4 is the one that surprises every single owner, and it reveals a truth about your dog's anxiety that you've probably been ignoring. We are going to start with a behavior that happens every single night in millions of homes, yet almost nobody understands what it actually means. It isn't just about seeking comfort. It's about a dog who has decided that you and only you are their anchor in a chaotic world. Why does your dog choose to self-medicate using only your scent when you're away? The answer involves 300 million olfactory receptors and a bond that is chemically identical to a mother and her child. But first, let's look at the most vulnerable choice a dog can ever make.